pathwaysoflight.org. Welcome to the reading, A Course in Miracles Workbook Lesson 265, Insights. Creation's gentleness is all I see. What am I identifying with? The ego's thought system or the Holy Spirit's thoughts of love and gentleness? The ego thought system is riddled with guilt. Guilt always goes hand in hand with belief in separation. Within the ego thought system, guilt is always projected so that it looks like the guilt lies in the outside world. With projection, there is always fear. Projection makes the world appear very terrible and laden with guilt. As I learn to let go of the ego thought system or forgive, the projection changes. As the ego thought system is gently laid down, the love of God is all there is to see. The love of God is all there is to feel. The love of God is all there is to be. Creation's gentleness is all I see. What I see shows me where I am in letting go of the ego. Focusing on the egos and others shows me that I am still coming from the ego mind. As I practice daily, letting those fearful images go, what lies behind these barriers to love will show up. What has always been true will show up. The love of God will be seen once again. If I see anything other than love, I still have forgiveness work to do. I am still holding on to a barrier to love, and letting that barrier go is the only answer that will work. Let my practice be today to recognize every barrier to love and let it go. This is true forgiveness. Today's lesson is telling me that everything I fear is in my mind alone. To believe otherwise is self-deception. The world of itself is wholly neutral. It has no meaning of its own, like a blank projection screen. All the meaning I see in the world, I give it. What I think I see is direct feedback, showing me what I believe. If I identify with the ego's idea that separation is real, the world will reflect back to me all the effects that belief in separation brings: fear, guilt, attack, loss, and death. But if I identify with the thoughts I share with God, with the unity of love, the world will reflect back to me creation's gentleness. What I perceive is always my choice. I am never the victim of someone else's behavior. But if I identify with the body, which is the ego's mechanism for making separation seem real, I will always feel that if I'm not a victim right now, I may become a victim in any moment. Weakness and vulnerability are my condition. I must be constantly on alert to defend against seen and unseen forces whose hidden or not so hidden agenda is to bring about my end. This the ego believes. The frailty of the body proves that the Son of God has been taken from his Creator, overpowered, and no longer shares God's eternity. Thankfully, the body is a dream. It is not who I am, nor who anyone is. As I remember that I am still as God created me, that his thoughts are my thoughts, and I am not a body, I will see creation's gentleness. The sentence that really spoke to me this morning was, focusing on the egos in others shows me that I am still coming from the ego mind. I need those landmarks to let me know where I am, because sometimes I think I have released something, and what I have really done is hide it from myself. I get the same ill effects. I just don't see what is causing it. I can't ask for healing if I am in denial about the problem and refusing to see it. On the road this morning, I was stopped to allow a funeral procession of cars to pass. I started to remember what that procession feels like when one is in the line. The thought and the sadness just faded before it took hold. Only the words of today's lesson remained. And it just felt so right to offer this idea as a blessing for my brothers as their cars passed by me. pathwaysoflight.org